So Treta Yuga ends. One of the very few survivors, Vishwamitra, is now in the Dwapara Yuga. Vishwamitra has decided enough of life on earth, so he starts his penance to be enlightened and leave this universe for good. But then Indra has a different plan. He sends Menaka to get Vishwamitra out of his penance so that there will be progeny and the humanity can continue. So Vishwamitra wakes up. He's a sage. Nevertheless, he succumbs to this beauty that is Menaka. They have a child. And so his enlightenment is postponed while Shakuntala is born. But then, of course, Menaka gets back to Indra. Vishwamitra has gone back to his enlightenment, his quest for enlightenment. Shakuntala is left alone. She's again found by another rishi. And he raises her in his ashram. She grows up and she's supposed to serve the rishi in the ashram and the other rishis in the ashram. That's her job. There is a king around the same time, Dushyanta. He comes by on his hunt once to the ashram and sees Shakuntala, who is also a beauty, and he just lingers around as though he's tending to his wounded deer just to get her attention. They fall in love, and the rishis observe this, so they decide these two must be immediately wedded. So they perform the rituals, and now the two are married. But then Dushyanta remembers he's a king, so he says to Shakuntala that I will give you this ring as a memento. Keep that to remember me, but I will be back to get you. You are my queen. I am a king. I've got to go back to my citizens, but I'm coming back to get the two of you. And he leaves. In the meanwhile, Shakuntala is serving the sages. One day, Durvasa comes by. It's another rishi who is well known for his anger, Durvasa Muni. And he wants Shakuntala to serve him. So he asks for something during his rituals. But Shakuntala is fantasizing about her husband. She misses him. So in her fantasy, she doesn't hear him. And Durvasa is angry. So, curse. Humans are different from these rishis who are supposed to be messengers from the cosmos. So they have this capacity to give boons as well as sharps, curses. So he curses that whoever you were thinking about will forget you. She is overwhelmed by this. She cries and tells him, look, I am bearing his child, the person I was thinking about. This is cruel. Please change your curse. Durvasa is now calm, but he says, I cannot take back my curse, but I'll tell you what. If you show him something that he gave you, that belongs to him, his memory about you will come back. Shakuntala is now relieved. She finishes her services to the rishis and says, I've got to go look for my husband right now. I can't wait for him to come because he has forgotten me. So she goes on her journey towards the kingdom. One of the days, she's taking her baths in the river and loses her ring by mistake. She searches everywhere, she can't find it. She is distraught, but she thinks, okay, maybe he will remember me, my face. He can't forget. So she goes to the kingdom. The king has completely forgotten. He says, I don't know who you are. This is some kind of a scam. Get her out of here. But then, of course, there is this karma, the fate. The ring that falls in, before it hits the ground, gets into the system of a fish when it's trying to breathe in, or through the gills, the water. And that fish is caught by a fisherman who works for the king's kitchen. They cook the fish and bring it to the king. Remember, warriors are not vegetarians. And the king, while eating, finds the ring and he takes it and so he remembers everything after that. And he says, go get her immediately. And they join together and the child is born. The child is Bharata. That's the beginning of Mahabharata. So what is the idea behind this story for the verses that we are dealing with today? Krishna says, even the wisest succumb to desire. Here is a good example of Vishwamitra succumbing to desire. If he had not succumbed to the desire, humanity would not have happened, just like in the Bible. Adam and Eve Eve took the bite out of the apple or whatever the fruit was. And that was the reason why humanity happened. Here, for us, it's a different thing. And then all of us, all religions believe that having born, we still have to achieve what Vishwamitra set to achieve to begin with, which is enlightenment. So Krishna says in the next 2 verses, even the wisest suffer from this desire and they succumb to it. Desire not just affect your senses, it affects your mind as well as your intellect. So it clouds everything.